The New York Post, Hurricane Irma is the size of Texas.
Because this is hurricane weekend, since the tollways are free, I'm gonna go run a tollway here for free. Free.
The Category 5 storm is headed west towards Florida.
This is one of the reasons we elected not to stay here. Number one, wooden house. Number two, we have an old maple tree right next to the house that could fall into our house on any strong winds. Bigger window furthest away there is our bedroom. Not to mention this tree in front of the house. So those are the factors that we took into consideration and decided to go get a resort and hunker down there while the storm passes.
Friday at 2 p.m. is a Category 5 north of the Dominican Republic. A Category 4 storm Saturday early in the day, and then Saturday in the afternoon with 140-mile-per-hour winds. There you see.
Today is Saturday, September 9th, and we still haven't had any heavy rains from Hurricane Irma. It should be due to hit here full force tomorrow, Sunday evening.
And even if it gets downgraded to a Category 4, it's still going to have the potential to bring devastating storm surge, devastating flooding, and very, very strong winds.
Now, bear in mind, we've been through several hurricanes since we've been here in Florida. We've been here 29 years. The strongest one was Charlie back in '94, 150-mile-per-hour winds. This one, by the time it gets to where we're at, because it's coming in from Key West, Miami, and it might hit land. Hurricanes don't do good once they're over land. So even though it's a Category 5 where it started off at, and now a Category 4 in between Cuba and Florida, by the time it gets here, we might be Category 3, which is probably winds between 75 and 90 miles per hour, which is not that big of a deal. It can cause damage, like these trees can get knocked over into a house, but we have experience. We want to hunker down, stay somewhere safe, and hope for the best. We got water and we got food. It already started to rain here. We're only hours away from the hurricane. And we have three options. Number one, we could get in that car, drive somewhere else in the state.
Hurricane Irma has the potential of affecting every major city in the state of Florida.
Number two, we can stay in this house, this wooden house, which might as well be made out of straw for all intents and purposes when a hurricane is going to hit. Or we can stay here at the Metropolitan. I think we're going to stay here. Concrete with reinforced steel. It is now 12:30 or 12:22 to be exact. We're starting to feel a little bit more wind. Emergency water and our emergency food bag right here. And we're leaving. Are we all here?
Yeah, present.
Where's Chestnut?
This is I-4, not a lot of traffic. This is Disney and tourist area. And you know it's a bad hurricane when the parks close the door, especially Disney.
So it went down to a Category 2. From a Category 4, 3, and now it's a 2. And it comes into Orlando around midnight, I think, more or less. Not as strong as it could have been. Not as bad as it could have been. So, right there, it took a nice parking space. The awning, Phil. Go check it out in a minute. I don't know if you can see it. There. I didn't even think about this tree. We got some branches. them lights. So there's the light cover of this lamp post. Somebody left the bike tied up. It survived. The awning was mangled. Cracked right in the center. The roots won't come out, but I guess they will crack right down the center. Fallen branch cracked right off there. And some more little debris over here. Right across from the eye. Fallen trees in the medium. So I'm back home to inspect the aftermath of Hurricane Irma's damage. And if you guys remember at the beginning of this video, I said there was several reasons why I wanted to leave. One was the tree that's right next to the house. This is one of the reasons we elected not to stay here. We have an old maple tree right next to the house that could fall into our house on any strong winds. That's the tree that's next to the house. It fell. But fortunately, it fell at an angle towards the corner of the house. So there is a little bit of damage because the main trunk of the tree didn't go into the house. So we got a lot of branches that are not heavy enough to cause that much damage to hit the corner. It did cause some kind of damage, but not as bad as it could have been had it fallen straight into the house. So in that aspect, we're good. I'm happy about that.